when I saw Jesus and gave it all.
Hey, welcome to God in HD. My name is Scott Boyer. Today we're talking about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm here in front of the Art Institute. You're probably thinking, what in the world does Ferris Bueller have to do with the Bible? Well, what I love about Ferris is his mental disposition, his perspective on life, his outlook on life. It was positive. I mean, I'm telling you, Ferris woke up every day, he probably thought, whatever can go right, will go right. You know, I have a friend that's involved in sales and he does okay, but he's got this coworker who seems to get all the deals. He seems to get all the best sales. And he asked him finally one day, he said, dude, you're not the best worker around here, but you seem to get all the sales. How do you do it? And his friend said, it's because I'm Jewish. You know, he had this mentality. It was a blessing mentality. It was just a mentality that, hey, everything that can go right will go right. You know, Joseph was the same way. The Bible says that the blessing was upon Joseph and things just seemed to turn around and work out for good in his life. And as Christians, we can and should have this attitude that the blessing is upon our lives. And you know, let me tell you about that blessing. According to Proverbs 10:22, the blessing makes rich and adds no sorrow to it. Now that's what I'm talking about. You know, the Bible says that favor surrounds you as a shield. It says over in Psalm 23 that goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. That's the type of blessing mentality that I have. That's the type of blessing mentality that Ferris Bueller has. You know, at one point in the movie, Cameron said, it seems like ever since I've known him, everything seems to go right. But see, if we walk by faith and not by sight, that even the things that seem like they don't go right, God's going to turn them around and they're going to be good. They're going to be for our good. That's a way to walk right there. Something else that was cool about Ferris is what he lives by. His motto, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. I don't know if you know this, but the Bible says that God would have you enjoy this life. 1 Timothy 6:17, that he has richly given you all things to enjoy. As Christians, it's important nowadays more than ever to stop, smell the roses. So this is God in HD just reminding you that walk a little lighter on your feet. Remember that God is for you, and if he be for you, who can be against you? That Romans 8:28, it says that all things are working together for your good if you're called according to his purpose and that you love the Lord. You can expect goodness and mercy to follow you all the days of your life. I'm telling you, walk around and enjoy this life. And don't get complacent. Don't let complacency set in. Man, just walk around with a mentality that everything that can go right will go right. Man, that's the opposite of Murphy's Law. God bless you.
Jesus gave me another chance, and now my life is like a praise dance. Went from a b-boy to a God man stance to command.